Welcome back and gather ye round. Deep in the Scottish Highlands, Loch Ness is home to what many suspect may be a wee monster.
Since the 1930s, there have been an average of 13 sightings a year, along with countless photographs and films capturing suspicious shapes and unexplained speeding wakes in the loch.
Nessie, as she's often referred to, was first allegedly photographed back in 1933, sparking thousands of sightings ever since.
I don't doubt there's a monster myself.
I just noticed a small, dark shape just out of the corner of my eye.
We saw this great neck emerge from the water.
And then there was the long neck, and you could see the three humps.
Many of those have been debunked, but some claim she's still out there in those murky waters.
The stereotypes, and certainly the classic pictures, may have nothing to do with what is actually living, maybe, or be seen in Loch Ness. But it doesn't mean that monstrous things cannot be seen there.
Now a UK study has breathed new life into the possible existence of the mythical creature.
Oh, tell us more. The man behind it all, Professor David Martill from the University of Portsmouth, joins us now from the UK. Professor, thank you so much for joining us. This is such a hot topic. It has been for decades. What has your new research uncovered? What have you got?
Yeah, so it's a great subject. I have to say that we're not actually researching the Loch Ness Monster. I've been researching a deposit in Morocco that's a Cretaceous river system. It's a fantastic fossil deposit. It's around about 100 million years old, and it's an ancient river that is full of all sorts of wonderful animals, gigantic fishes, aquatic dinosaurs, huge turtles, and lots of crocodiles. And on a recent expedition to the edges of the Sahara where these rocks are found, we discovered the remains of a plesiosaur in this river deposit. So what we've discovered is a freshwater plesiosaur. And these are animals that traditionally we've always thought of as marine. And that was one of the arguments that people used to use against the Loch Ness Monster being a plesiosaur. Lots and lots of people have claimed that the Loch Ness Monster could be a plesiosaur because of this hump-like body and this big long neck. And everybody used to turn around and say, well, of course, these are marine animals and Loch Ness is a freshwater body, so that rules out a plesiosaur. And what we've discovered is that some plesiosaurs were in fact freshwater, so that gives a little bit of new life, if you like, to the idea that Loch Ness Monster could be a plesiosaur.
Well, it gives us conspiracy theorists about Lockie a bit of hope there, you know what I mean, about Nessie, a bit of hope.
Well, I hope it's not a conspiracy. I really, really want there to be something in there.
Me
something
too.
Monstrous and spectacular, but I'm afraid to say I still don't think it's a plesiosaur. But if those people who want to believe it's a plesiosaur, then we've just given them a little bit of ground for manoeuvre.
So, I mean, because we know that the world changes so much over that period of time and since dinosaurs, that there is a possibility then, what you're saying is with what you've found with the freshwater plesiosaur, that could occur somewhere else in the world, and that's why we think that it could be in Loch Ness.
Well, I really, honestly, I'm not going to push the idea that it's a plesiosaur. I would love it, seriously, I would love it if it was a plesiosaur, and I would love somewhere in the world, even if it's Loch Ness, to find plesiosaurs were still extant. I mean, Australia, you've got lots and lots of pretty ancient animals down there, so why couldn't we have some up here in the Northern Hemisphere?
Sure.
But, you know, Loch Ness Monster is not an ancient body of water. That big hole that's something like 800 feet deep was gouged out during the Ice Age, which is just a couple of millions of years ago. And our plesiosaurs, paleontologists think that they became extinct at the end of the Cretaceous period, around about 66 million years ago. So there's a huge gap in time between the last appearance of plesiosaurs and the creation of Loch Ness.
OK, so what are the next steps in your research? Where do you go from here?
Well, we're trying to build an ancient river system for the Cretaceous period, and we're less concerned at the moment with what was going on in Loch Ness, I can assure you. We're very, very busy excavating Spinosaurus, which is one of the most spectacular theropod dinosaurs. This was not a meat-eating theropod. This was a fish-eating theropod. And you might have seen our artist's restoration where there's a plesiosaur getting dangerously close to a rather large predatory Spinosaurus.
Yes.
We want to see what this ecosystem is like, because it's very, very different from any ecosystem that we have in a river system today.
All right, well, I'm going to take that as a hard maybe. and I'm going to leave it at that, just because people want to believe things.
I really want there to be a monster in the Loch Ness. I want there to be one. Sadly, I don't think it's a plesiosaur.
All right, well, it could be another dinosaur, though, and I think that your research is terrific.
Or an animal completely unknown to science. That would be nice. That would be really cool.
Even better.
Professor,
Okay.
thank you so much. Congratulations on your research. Great to have your insight this morning.
Thanks, Professor.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to the show. Bye-bye.
He says it could be anything. It could be new.
I just-
Nessie could be her own
All
thing.
I heard was the Loch Ness Monster is real.
That's what I heard too.